Okay. This is the last review of Birdie Wing. Yes, this is the last episode of Birdie Wing. And my God, what a way to end it. What a way to end it. You know, from the beginning, Birdie Wing has been under the radar among all the other shows that came out this spring. Call Me Can't Communicate Season 2. Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 3, which, by the way, surpassed Brotherhood, and I'm very proud of that. Tomodachi Game, Skeleton Knight in Another World. We could go on and on and on and on about all these other spring shows. And when Birdie Wing first came out, guys, it was under the radar. By that logic, I'm talking about, like, if you look at Anime Trends or My Anime List or whatever, in the shows of all the spring, Birdie Wing is not even up there. And it had a low rating, which was like, oh, okay, I ain't gonna watch this show. Because, again, people in the world of anime, when they think of sports animes, okay, I can understand Haikyuu, I can understand Prince of Tennis, I can understand Hajime no Ippo, Yamushi Pedal, Yuri on Ice, Hero no Sword. I get all of that. But when female sports animes are under the effing radar, because when they think of female sports animes, they think to themselves, okay, I ain't gonna watch this because they're gonna focus. We're not gonna see like matches. We're gonna see like what, 2 matches or 3, and then we're gonna have some fan service. Oh, dude, it's not like that. You see, the thing is, they take a storyline, and with a sport with it that makes it so good, so unique, we want to get a season 2. Think about this. Rock Climbing Girls. Under the radar, I believe we need a second season of that. Pride of Orange. Our first ever all-female ice hockey anime. That needs another season. And by the way, these DVDs, I had to pull them out. I had to get this. Look at this. Keijo. Get a second season. Harukana Receive. Giving it a beach volleyball, which is a sport. Give these a second effing season. And to be honest, I didn't think Birdie Wing was going to get a second season because everybody was slept on this show. People didn't think about this. And by the way, Birdie Wing is getting a second season, which, by the way, I was ecstatic. I was shocked because, again, shows like this, people look at this like, hey, I'm going to second season. By God, it did. Thank you, Bandai Namco. Thank you for giving us a second season of Birdie Wing. And I look forward for the winter, by the way. I look forward for the winter when it comes out. Because, my God, Birdie Wing is stepping up. And the thing interesting about Birdie Wing is that, again, this is a golf anime. And I get it. Golf animes are boring. I'm sorry. Golf is boring. Okay, I get it. It's not as hype as basketball, football, baseball level. Not even on like violence of in hockey or soccer type. But Birdie Wing takes something so simple, a simple sport, into a well-rounded, like, what the hell moment to make you like, you know what? I gotta get in my Wii Sports. I gotta play some Wii Sports Resort. Hell, I gotta go to... Birdie Wing is like, what is it? Again, make you want to get the Wii, go get your Wii Sports, get your remote, play golf. And makes you like you want to go out there, go to that underground... makes you want to go to a mini golf and play putt-putt or something. That's just what it is. Now, episode 13 did give us some answers. A few answers, but not a lot. Now, if I leave something out, please feel free to post it in a comment. Because I want to talk to you guys in the comments as well. Give y'all a little hype up. Give y'all a little suspicion. You know, a little bit of like, oh, I didn't see that. But that is what it is. So let's get right to with the episode 13 of Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story. Now, I will repeat some stuff over and over again. So bear with me on it. And bear with me on this video being long, if it's possible. Okay. So, Eve and Aoi. Let me talk about these two. Eve and Aoi, like I said before, East meets the West. And when you put two of the baddest women in golf, you know they're badass. Because even Aoi's team, they're like, even, how do I put this? They were trained by legendary golfers. And when you're trained by the legendary golfers, you know you're bound to win. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because I like this part, the kiss. The kiss. Like, so Eve called out, this is what Eve called out Mizurou from Nada. I wrote down the names of the teams that I got confused with the names, but I'm going to just put it right here. Sorry about the whole not being prepared type, but I'm going to leave it on the side here. Okay, so she challenged Mizurou from Nada from last week. Remember her? Yeah, that brown hair girl with that blue ribbon on her head, kind of like the girl from Darling of the Franxx. She called her out. And then you know, again, East meets West, not, you know, how they do it in her city. Because when she kissed Eve started to like blush. So I'm like, the Uranus is already, it's happening. It is so effing happening, guys. It's not even a joke. And then we had to like share rooms. Who's sharing a room? I thought Eve and Aoi was gonna share a room. I kid you not. How many of you thought Eve and Aoi was gonna? How many of you thought Eve and Aoi was gonna have a room together? I'm not gonna lie. I legit want them to have a room of their own and see what's gonna happen. But the caddy's like, you sharing a room with me. And I like that little segment with the president and the coach. She's like, man and women sleep different rooms. Coach, I said different rooms. Because we all know there's a shipping going on. Like, we're in the ship. But there's a shipping going on with the coach and the president. They're like, let's share a room together. Okay, there was that. Now, I can see Eve is a one hard sleeper. She sleeps so hard, like she rolls from one side, her legs stretching out, hitting the caddy. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know, and what's funny is if Eve and Aoi were to share the same bed together and Eve's foot was on Aoi's face, two things would have happened. One, she would have rubbed it. Three things. One, rub it, ignore it, or turn around and smell it. I don't know. But that's just what I'm seeing. From Aoi's, I gotta see that. Now we get to the matches. We got to see just how good three teams are. Raiho, Koron, and Nada. We get to see them in action. You know, Raiho is Eve and Aoi. And their teamwork is so, like, there's no strategy with Eve and Aoi. Like, one is on offense, one on defense. There is no strategy with Eve and Aoi. They just, to them, it's just like, we're gonna win. We're trained by two legendary golfers. Even one of the coaches from Nada, the coach from Nada knows about Leo. Because when the moment Eve hits her blue bullet, the coach sitting down drinking saying, what? You mean to tell me that move is from the professional golfer Leo? So again, I said the answers. They gave us earlier, I said about the answers, they gave us the answers. It seems like the other coaches know Leo. So to me, it's like there's something about Leo's backstory that we're gonna get in season 2, and I hope we get that story in season 2 about Leo. Like, what made him, a professional golfer like Leo, end up in the underground of golf? So we're gonna see, and I'll take Eve under his wing. So there's more into that, and I hope we get to see more. Now we get to Koron, Koriko, and Karu. You know that girl who's good at putting, and you got one who's good at the silence. And that's right there, they're a good team. But here's Nada. Here's the thing about Nada that's very unique about Nada. It's not Horika that I'm concerned about. It's Mizurou. When Aoi saw Mizurou perform, when the way how she swings her golf club, the technique, the body, the techniques of hitting the golf, it's just Aoi got that like, what? It's your father. Mizurou plays just like Aoi's dad. And again, answers based on what I've seen. We already got the answers. Like, there's an answer right there. It turns out that Aoi's father trained Mizurou. Okay, we see how that goes. We see that. We see that. Okay, now Mizurou's tactics is like this. What she's saying in this stage of this tournament, she's saying to Aoi, okay, you may have the blood of your father, who's a professional golfer, by the way. Like, you may have the blood of your father, but I inherited the skills. So in other words, once again, you have the blood of your father. But when it comes to the skills, I inherited. I own your father's skills. And that got Aoi fired up, like blood boiled inside. Like, you know how they say the fake smile? You know how they say the fake smile? Like, Aoi's all smiling, but inside Aoi, she is like, And Honoka putting the thumbs down on Eve. So it's like, you know what? The biggest threats is Raiho, Koran, and Nada. And when you look at those three teams, the only threat I see to Eve and Aoi is, I'll say Nada. Not Koran though, but Nada, I kind of doubt that is the threat. That's kind of like, I kind of see Raiho versus Nada in the championship. Those two is gonna be in the championship. I can see that. Or people could look at it another way and say, okay, Koran and Nada, either Koran or Nada face off against Raiho. That's the thing. Now, let me get to the coach. Let me get to the coach a bit. I like the coach from the beginning. I didn't really like the coach like that. I mean, let me just rephrase that. I look at the coach for Raiho, and I looked at him and I'm like, something not right about the coach. I mean, he seems okay with like having Eve and Aoi work together, having them compete. I mean, yeah, having them argue a lot and let them have their own way. Let them play golf their own way, you know what I mean? Let Eve and Aoi figure out how to win as a team. And he seems so cool with it. But then later in this episode, Aoi's mother and the coach from Nada, they were talking, and then they mentioned his health. So again, that's also a bigger question about his health. What kind of condition that the coach is having right now? Is he gonna die? Is he gonna die next season? We don't know. What kind of disease it is? We don't know. But I really want to know about the coach. And again, when we talk about Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story has backstories that we want to know. There are still questions not answered yet, but I love how Birdie Wing gives us a lot to learn about the ways of golf. And by the way, Birdie Wing got a 7.38 rating. It went from a 6 to a 7. Hell, it got a better rating of Rising to Shield Hero Season 2 because Birdie Wing it develops every single time. So when I look at Birdie Wing and I see Eve's and our relationship grows and I see the other team getting better and better with Eve's, you know, we're going to get more answers we're going to get a lot of answers. We're going to get a lot. Now, I like it. Now, you know, give it to Eve and Aoi at the end when they're like, okay, whoever wins, you know, like in terms of like the gamble thing, because with Eve at the end, I like that segment with Eve. She's like, okay, we'll kiss. We'll kiss. I mean, I'll give you a kiss. And that kind of like triggered Aoi, you know. I like how Eve know Aoi really well. You know what I mean? Eve knows Aoi really, really well. I mean, literally. The way how her pros and cons into liking Eve. So I get that. I mean, during this whole tournament, Eve and Aoi, they were just playing against one another. They were facing off against one another if you look at it. I mean, with one segment, you saw Eve hit the ball and put it in the bunker, the sand, and Aoi hit it and miss, and they were all laughing. But the thing is, they didn't take things serious. They weren't taking it seriously. I'm sorry, they weren't taking it seriously. But even though they were gonna win, they didn't take it seriously, because to them it's like, okay, we could beat them. We're already ahead of them. We could beat them. But when it comes to Corin and Nada, oh my God, step back. We're gonna have a fight. We're gonna have a fight, and that's the ticket right there. We're gonna have a fight, and we're gonna get to that. Okay, now, if you were to ask me again, who's the biggest threat for Eve and Aoi? Again, I think Nada is. But I think Mizurou is going to be the main girl that we all need to pay attention to. Because we saw Mizurou plays like Aoi's dad. So I'm looking forward to see the backstory of Aoi's dad and her connection with Mizurou at the time. I can't wait to see it. Now, before I end this, I want to talk about season 2 for a bit. Because I saw the trailer mad times. I can't even I really took kindly to look at it really closely. So let me get this straight. You know how Eve always hit the ball with her rainbow bullet? Like a revolver. Okay, revolver. But then I look at all these other segments. All these other guns. You got one with a shotgun. You got one with a sniper. So I'm like, are you telling me that each character is going to have a different style of gunplay? You know what I mean? Like Eve got a revolver. What's next? A golfer got a shotgun maneuver? What's next? A one got a sniper maneuver? I don't know. And then you got Catherine, the heartless mafia bitch. She's back. So we're going to see her. I hope Vapor comes back. I know she's on vacation, but I think she might come back. Now, again, that Catherine bitch is back. I mean, oh gosh, she's back. And yeah, the returning other characters like Lily and you know, everyone is coming back. But then they show like more moments where Eve and Aoi at the range, staring at the skies. And Eve lost focus. We don't know. There are a lot of answers we need to get. There are a lot of questions we need to get. Questions like, okay, what's Mizurou's connection to the coach? To Aoi's dad. And Eve's backstory, we saw a little more in the trailer because we saw Eve as a little girl, about 4, 5, 6 years old at best, I think, and saw Eve's mom. So I hope we get to see Eve's mom. I hope so. And Aoi's backstory. Like, again, this season, we didn't get a lot of Aoi's backstory. We all know that Aoi has the blood of her father and mother since they're both professional golf players. But again, we need to know about more of Aoi's backstory as it is. And with these 3 teams I just mentioned, Rahel, Corin, and Nada, I actually want to see everyone's backstory as to what made them get into the world of golf, and how they became the best of the best. That's what I want to see. So I hope we get all the answers that we need for season. I hope we get all the answers for season 2 when it airs. So I look forward for that in January. So, oh my God. And remember, Venus Line. I can't get that song off my head. I think now is the best time to put that up there, like on Spotify. Now, again, this episode was really good. I like this championship round. It gave us a little speed run of all these 3 teams going at it. So when we get to see who's facing who, we'll discuss that. Now, here's the thing, and please, Crunchyroll, everybody out there, can we put Birdie Wing as a top 5 show of the spring? Among all the sports that's coming out, I get it, but Birdie Wing just defines us as what makes a girl sports anime great. Great. Again, Keijo, Harukata Receive, Rock Climbing Girls, Pride of Freaking Orange, Uma Misune. The rise of female sports animes are getting there. So people, you may or may not like golf. You may or may not have a thing for sports animes, despite being what it is, being a female sports anime. But just watch Birdie Wing as you really got into it and just say, wow, this show actually wants me to play golf. And that's what this show did to me. It makes me want to play golf. It makes me want to be on Team Eve, by the way. I'm Team Eve. And Oh, and by the way, I'm Team Eve. Like, I respect Aoi, don't get me wrong, but I'm Team Eve, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all on Team Aoi, but still, I'm Team Eve. But Crunchyroll, put this show nominated for Best Girl or Best Protagonist. Because here's the thing. This show is really good to a point where it's like, you know what? Why don't we just put this show as Best Girl, Eve or Aoi? I think both of them, to me, both of them need to be up there. I don't think they're going to put it like that. But I really hope one of them be nominated for Best Girl to represent Birdie Wing. And I will say, put it for Best Opening Sequence too. I mean, I like the opening. And you guys can't lie about that. Y'all don't never skip the opening of Birdie Wing. Because that opening is really good. I'm sorry to say that, but yeah. But I really hope Birdie Wing gets nominated for something. I really hope it does. I really hope it does. So, like I said, this episode was really good. It's sad to see this show go. It's sad. But recommend this for people who's into the sports anime. Recommend this for people who's into golf. Or recommend this for people who have nothing to watch. And just say, watch this show. You're gonna love it. And get them hype up for golf in the future run. But again, if you want to see other sports anime to watch, give this show a chance. I'm begging you, give this a try. Give it a try. Okay, so that's it. Sad to see Birdie Wing go. I look forward for next year's episode of Birdie Wing. See you on 2023 of that season. And remember, be this light, be this light. I can't stop saying that in my head. But again, see you next year for Birdie Wing. And remember, hit the ball with your rainbow bullets.